This book explains why we behave the way we do in romantic relationships. It's built around attachment theory, originally developed by John Bowlby, and shows how our early bonding patterns shape the way we love as adults. The central message is straightforward: the way you behave in love is not random and it is not a personal flaw. It is largely shaped by your attachment style. The author explained that most adults fall into three main attachment styles: anxious, avoidant, or secure. People with an anxious attachment style deeply value closeness and emotional connection. They are sensitive to changes in their partner's behavior. If a message is delayed or a tone feels different, they may start overthinking. They often seek reassurance and fear being abandoned. Their nervous system is easily activated in relationships. When they feel distance, they may try to restore closeness by calling, texting, or asking for clarity. Sometimes this comes across as clingy, but internally it is driven by fear and a need for safety. The book emphasizes that anxious individuals are not too much. They simply have a heightened need for connection. Avoidant attachment individuals value independence and self reliance. Emotional closeness can feel overwhelming or suffocating to them. When relationship becomes serious, they may unconsciously create distance. They might focus on their partner's flaws, withdraw during conflict, or say they need space. Deep down, they may care strongly, but vulnerability feels unsafe. So they deactivate their attachment system by convincing themselves they do not need anyone. The author explains that avoidant behavior is not cruelty, it is a protective strategy developed early in life. Secure attachment individuals are comfortable with both intimacy and independence. They express needs clearly and respond to their partner's need without feeling threatened. They do not panic easily, they do not withdraw when things get serious, they approach conflict as a problem to solve together rather than a threat to the relationship. The book presents secure attachment as the healthiest and the most stable style. Interestingly, being in a relationship with a secure person can gradually help an anxious or avoidant partner become more secure. One of the most powerful sections of the book explains why anxious and avoidant individuals are often drawn to each other. The anxious partner seeks reassurance and closeness. The avoidant partner seeks space and independence. The more the anxious partner pursues, the more the avoidant partner withdraws. The more the avoidant partner withdraws, the more the anxious partner panics. This creates a painful cycle. Both partners feel misunderstood. The anxious partner feels unloved. The avoidant partner feels pressured. The book calls this the anxious avoidant trap. It can be intense and addictive because the emotional highs and lows create strong attachment even if the relationship is unhealthy. A key concept discussed is protest behavior. This refers to actions taken when someone feels their bond is threatened. For anxious individuals, this might include excessive texting, acting distant to provoke a reaction, threatening to leave just to test the partner. These behaviors are attempts to restore closeness, not to cause harm, but they often backfire and push the partner further away. The authors stress the importance of expressing needs directly instead of playing guessing games. Many people are afraid to ask for reassurance because they think it makes them weak. The book challenges this idea. In a healthy relationship, your needs matter. Asking clearly for what you want actually strengthens intimacy. For example, instead of saying you never care about me, a more secure approach would be: when you do not respond for hours, I feel anxious. It would help me if you could send a quick message. This shift reduces conflict and builds safety. One of the bold claims in this book is that the love should not feel chronically stressful. While relationships require effort, they should not constantly activate fear. The authors encourage readers to prioritize compatibility over chemistry. Sometimes intense attraction is simply attachment insecurity being triggered. They suggest that choosing a secure partner dramatically increases the chances of a stable and fulfilling relationship. The book makes it clear that attachment style is not permanent. Awareness is the first step. When you understand your triggers, patterns, and needs, you can respond differently. Being in a relationship with a secure partner can help reshape your attachment system over time. Therapy and conscious effort can also support this growth. Attached book argues that relationship success is not about luck or mystery. It is about understanding how attachment work. When you know your style, you stop blaming yourself, you stop chasing people who cannot meet your needs, you communicate more clearly, you choose partners who make you feel safe rather than uncertain. The heart of this book is simple. Real love should feel secure, not confusing. And once you understand attachment, you can move toward relationships that feel calm, stable, and deeply connected. Before you blame yourself for every failed relationship, pause and ask, what if the issue was not your hurt but your pattern? One of the biggest lessons from this book is to notice how you react when you feel distance. The next time someone takes longer to reply, do not immediately send 5 more messages or start imagining the worst. Instead, stop for a moment, ask yourself, am I feeling anxious right now? That small awareness can save you from creating unnecessary drama. If you are someone who needs reassurance, stop trying to hide it. Instead of acting upset or distant to get attention, say clearly, I feel better when we talk regularly. When you express your needs calmly, you give the other person a fair chance to respond. If they cannot meet that need, that tells you something important. And if you are the type who pulls away when things get serious, try doing the opposite of your instinct just once. When you feel like creating distance, lean in a little. Share what you are feeling instead of shutting down. You might realize that closeness is not as dangerous as your mind makes it seem. Another lesson is to stop confusing intensity with love. If a relationship feels like an emotional roller coaster, ask yourself whether you feel safe or just excited. Healthy love usually feels steady. It may not always be dramatic, but it feels secure. Pay attention to how your body feels around someone. Calm is a good sign. The book also teaches you to choose partners wisely. Instead of chasing someone who makes you unsure, try investing in someone who is consistent. Consistency may feel boring at first if you are used to chaos, but over time it builds trust and peace. Most importantly, stop trying to shrink yourself to keep someone. If you constantly feel like you are too much or not enough, that relationship is teaching you the wrong lesson. The right person will not make you feel guilty for having emotional needs. And finally, remember that pattern can change the more you understand your reactions. The more control you give over them, the more control you gain over them. Growth does not happen overnight, but every time you choose calm communication over fear, you move one step closer to secure love. The real takeaway is simple. Love is not meant to feel like survival, it is meant to feel like safety. If you learned something important, please like, share and comment in the video and do share your opinion.